Okay, thank you for the generation of the Bethlehem family. I wish for you to see further generations coming here and lighting the candles. No
Why are you
stress.
looking at me?
Because there is like a chill. I'm not saying tomorrow morning. And you also got a sister.
Oh no.
Yes. We just want to see generation. That's our thing. Generations of Jewish. Come. So that. Brilliant.
Asher kireshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Praise the Eternal One to whom praise is due. Baruch Hu 394. Please rise. Please be seated. I'm reading in 396. Blessed are you, eternal Lord God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, and whose understanding changes time and seasons, and who arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are the creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on evening Baruch atah Adonai, HaMa'ariv Aravim. 397 in the middle of the page. This is the festival evening service. We are on Shavuot, the middle of the page. How do we find God? We find God revealed in the order of the physical universe, in the compassion of the human heart, and in the guiding wisdom of Torah. 398, Ahavat Olam. אהבת עולם. $3.99 in the middle. Hello, Michael. How are you? Thanks for coming. $3.99 in the middle. Sinai was only the beginning. The Torah has never ceased to grow. In every age, it has been purified and enlarged. It has permanent core and expanding periphery. It expands as the horizon of our vision grows. Nor are God's revelation confined to Israel. God has been the inspiration of the great and good among all the families of the earth. God's love and guidance reach out to all the world. The Shema in 401. Shema, David.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
402. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. For שיבתם למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. 406 מי כמוך.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומרים.
I'm reading in 409 top. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Blessed is the guardian of Israel, whose love gives light to the whole world. Baruch atah Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. The declaration for... Hey, well, you know what to do. The declaration for the before the Amidah, as Moses declared the appointed festivals of the Eternal One to the people of Israel. It's in 4:10, Vaidaber Moshe, and then we move to 4:6-8. I've invited Mr. Goodman as a sign of the friendship. And we're really glad that you're here, the Bet Luria people. And this is Virgil Channel's birthday. He's not here, so Ruthie will represent him. Please rise, Vaidaber Moshe.
Bnei Israel,
Psalm 68, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. 470. And spread it out the best you can, okay? 470. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה, אמן. 472. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לישני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה המתים, אמן. 473, it's actually for tomorrow morning, but just by the chance that maybe some people will not come to shul tomorrow morning, let's read it now. 473. Your might, O God, renews the earth. With the dew of light and blessing, let the earth be illuminated and blessed. With the dew of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out. With the dew of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved. With the dew of redemption, let the earth be redeemed. לברכה ולא לקללה, לחיים ולא למוות, לשובע ולא לרזון. For blessing, not curse, for life, not death, for abundant, not want. 474. אתה הקדוש ושמך הקדוש וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלע, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. 478, אתה וחרתנו.
חרתנו מכל העמים, אהבת אותנו, רצית בנו.
וקוממתנו מכל הלשונות, קדשתנו
במצוותיך,
וקרבתנו
מלכנו לעבודתך, לעבודתך.
שמך הגדול
והקדוש
עלינו קראת. 478. ותיתן לנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה מועדים לשמחה חגים וזמנים לששון את יום חג השבועות הזה, זמן מתן תורתנו מקרא קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים. 480. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, יעלה ויבוא ויזכר זיכרוננו וזיכרון כל עמך בית ישראל לפניך, לטובה ולחן ולחסד ולרחמים לחיים ולשלום ביום חג השבועות הזה. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel and recall our merit for good and grace and in loving kindness and compassion for life and peace on this festival of Shavuot. זוכרנו אדוני אלוהינו בו לטובה, אמן, ופוקדנו בו לברכה, אמן, והושענו בו לחיים. Amen. This day remember us of our well-being. This day bless us with your nearness. This day help us for a fuller life. Amen. 482. והשיאנו אדוני אלוהינו את ברכת מועדיך לחיים ולשלום לשמחה ולששון כאשר רצית ואמרת לברכנו אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך שבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך וטהר ליבנו, וטהר ליבנו, וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת, וטהר ליבנו, וטהר ליבנו, ותאר ליבנו לעובדך באמת. היי 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 והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו בשמחה ובששון מועדי קודשך וישמחו בך ישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש ישראל והזמנים. 484 English. Find favor, eternal our God, with your people Israel and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable, God who is near to all who call. Turn lovingly to your servants, pour out your spirit upon us, and let us eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, eternal one, whose presence return to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shchinato leTzion. 486, middle of the page. Wait, 486. We acknowledge with thanks that you are our eternal God and God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wonders, deeds, and favors at every time of the day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fail, we forever put our hope in you. ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם שמך מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד, וכל החיים ידעוך סלע, והעלו את שמך באמת האלה שאותנו ועזרתנו סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות. 488.
שלום
תשים לעולם.
שלום רב על עולם, תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום, לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום, לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על עולם, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך העולם, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על עולם, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על עולם, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם.
Bring the Messiah. Come. Friends, may the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable to you, O God, our rock and our redeemer. May our wishes come true. May the one who make peace in the highest places make peace over us and everyone, as we say, Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Shalom everyone, thanks for coming. I was afraid nobody will come. Here you are. I was afraid we won't get their food. Here we are. Jah is merciful. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the short Hallel in 558. Then I'm going to do the short sermon. And then we'll conclude. What I'd like, once we're done, if we can gather the kids. Excuse me, I'm a bit emotional and like stressing about because it's the last festival I'm doing on this capacity. I'd like to have a picture with the kids here and this beautiful table. Podi, can you maybe tell the who's the kid, Rachel and Sam, whatever kid you can gather, in 10 minutes, okay? In 10 minutes we're having a kids community kids picture. To the High Holiday publication, right? 558. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו מצוותיו וציוונו לקרוא את ההלל. Blessed are you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to recite the hymns of praise. Psalm 117 and Psalm 118. ברוך הבא בשם אדוני, ברכוכם מבית אדוני, אלי אתה ועודך, אלוהי ארממך, הודו לאדוני כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו. Praise the eternal one, for God is good, God's steadfast love is eternal. I'm reading the blessing in 569, the blessing that concludes the Hallel. 569. All your works shall praise you, eternal our God, and your faithful ones, the righteous who do your will, and all your people, the house of Israel, thank you, enjoy your songs, and bless, praise, glorify, exalt, sanctify, and proclaim the sovereignty of your name. For it is good to give you thanks and sing praise to your name, because throughout all times, to eternity, you are God. Blessed are you, eternal one, the sovereign one, who is praised in song. How are we with the time? 5 to 7. 25. What a plenty of time. What a plenty of time. No. We're supposed to be done in 10 minutes and we'll be done in 10 minutes. Lael is supposed to speak before the load shedding. That's what manages me. Yeah. Okay. Shalom, friends. Happy Festival of Shavuot. Happy Africa Day. Africa Day, formerly known as the African Freedom Day, African Liberation Day. We celebrate it as the annual commemoration of the foundation of the Organization for African Unity in the 25th of May, 1963, 60 years ago. The African Organization for African Unity have become the African Union later on in the years. And the African Freedom Day is aimed to mark each year the onward progress of the liberation movement and to symbolize the determination of the people of Africa to free themselves from foreign domination and exploitation. As a preparation for this day, and during this day, many speeches have been said who raise the ideal of African unity, their idea of Ubuntu, who represent the message of Africa to the world, and yet one can clearly feel the gap between the rhetoric and the reality, between Bob Marley's songs, how good and pleasant it would be before God and man to see the unification of all Africans, and between the reality, the painful and bleeding reality we experience in the continent. Yesterday, I participated in a conference set by SERI, the Socio-Economic Rights Institute, and Kopanang, Africa Against Xenophobia, to deal again with the xenophobia issues. And usually when I speak in public forums, I would like to share with you, and these are the main principles of what I said there. Again, I was the only representative of faith-based organization. The Catholic was sick, the Methodist has a meeting, the Muslim banked. So again, and I'm like the least representative, right? Anyhow, point number one that I meant that we got to repeat the message. I said I was doing such a press conference a year ago, and one of my congregants approached me and said, Rabbi, don't you feel you are repeating your messages? Yes, I'm repeating the messages. Those messages are to be repeated because they are far from being digested. And we must unite around this message. Chaviv Adam Shenivra B'Tselem, beloved is the human creature who was created in the divine image. The message of equality. This is the message we must unite around. Second is about scapegoating. Scapegoating was discussed a lot on that meeting, on that conference. And we Jews have a leg when it comes to scapegoating, because anti-Semitism, mainly the appearances of anti-Semitism in Europe, are a form of xenophobia. In Europe, our ancestors were pushed and persecuted because they were a foreign ethnic and a foreign economic power. And I gave the example that in Russia, in Tsarist Russia, the slogan was, save Russia, kill the Jews. And in Nazi Germany, before Nazi Germany, in the Weimar Republic, the 20s and the 30s, the Jews were maybe 1% of the population, but they were blamed in everything that went wrong, in losing the First World War, and so on. So we know something about being scapegoated. And number three, that we don't have the possibility to lose. We simply don't have the possibility to lose. If we are losing here in South Africa, mainly here in Johannesburg, we are losing everywhere. And I know not everyone agree with me, but this is my strong conviction as somebody who came from the outside to South Africa. South Africa is a revealed miracle. And when one look, observing with a wide spectrum on the situation of democracy all over the world, China, Russia, Middle East, no other places in Africa, wherever you look, I can tell you, as much as somebody can say something clearly and with full conviction and with full determination in this world, we may not lose in the struggle for equality and human dignity here. And if we are losing here, we have no chance to succeed anywhere else. This is the last frontier. South Africa is the last frontier for the struggle for democracy and human rights, and I personally going to do whatever I can, and more than whatever I can, for this common business. This is what I said yesterday. Now, to you, I want to add on the context of Shavuot, that one cannot speak about strangers without bringing Ruth the Moabite, a foreign lady, poor, disempowered, and instead Boaz, local employer, rich, established, and the story of Ruth, which is all chesed, grace, mercifulness, love, strong human spirit beyond the labels of ethnicity and of classes. And Ruth, the Moabite, is the example that the stone that the builders refuse shall be the cornerstone. And a proof for that is the way in which Ruth and Boaz have established the royal Judean kingdom dynasty from which King David have been produced, and from that the King Messiah shall come. And I'd like to conclude with a few lines from the statement that was made yesterday by the Conference of Africa Against Xenophobia, just a few lines. So now I'm quoting the statement that was made last night, the formal conclusion of the conference. Eyes on xenophobia. So it was written by Lawyers for Human Rights. Eyes on xenophobia. Say no to false narratives that sow division and prolong poverty. We do not have a cost of living crisis, we have an austerity crisis. We do not have a service delivery crisis, we have an inequality crisis. We do not have a migration crisis, we have a corruption crisis. We, the civil society organizations, standing together to say no more false solution and no more false narrative. Scapegoating is where appropriation blame, blame to someone to distract people from the real causes of our inequality and the dysfunctional service delivery. Scapegoating migrants will not help us to find a solution to every real problem we need to tackle. That's just a few lines from that statement. With that, I would conclude. Amandla! Kaddish 598, please rise. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי והמליך מלכותי, מחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן, יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו אמן. Thanks. Please be seated. Mencom people, do you want to introduce the evening, or must I say a few words? No? Good. Okay. So friends, we will conclude in a minute. We're moving to the Janks Hall. There's a nice brucha for the festival with emphasis on the land of milk and honey, which means cheesecakes. This year we are not doing a competition, but I'm hoping people brought cheesecake, and it's going to be lekker. And then we will hear Lael talking about Lael Bethlehem, talking about the Torah as our Bill of Rights, and I'm looking forward to hear it. Those who will miss it today will read about it in the High Holiday publication, right? And then when we conclude with Beyado, I'd like to invite all the kids to have a proper picture here with all this beautiful table. I'd like to thank all those who came. Tomorrow morning we are not here, we are in Beit David, 10 o'clock as it is in Beit David, and it's a long service. Then tomorrow 6 o'clock as usual we are here, Saturday 9:30, and so on. Life goes on. Thank you all, God bless you, and let's conclude with Beyado Afkid Ruchi, in his hand I shall entrust my soul. What?
בידו אפקיד רוחי, ואת אישה ואעירה, ואם רוחי גוויעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. ואם רוחי גוויעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Set free in your hands. Beyado afkid ruchi, ואת אישה ואעירה, ואם רוחי גוויעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. ואם רוחי גוויעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא.
Good. Please join us for the brucha. If the kids can join us for a picture. Thank you.
The nice thing about the amp is that I can hear it very, very
awesome.